What's up, guys? Alan checking in on a kind of cold but sunny Monday in Chicago. I'm grabbing the garbage right here. Wanted to let Hugo say hi. Hugo, what's up, buddy? How we doing? Hugo loves the cold, the chilly weather with the sun are his favorite days, other than snow, obviously. This guy loves snow. But hope you guys are having a good day, good Monday. I'm just heading out to grab a quick bite to eat real quick here. And like I said, take the garbage out, and I wanted to check in with you guys. Got an idea for a video, so let's go ahead and jump in the car here and we'll talk about it. Ready, Hugo? Alright guys, I'm in the car all warmed up here. My dumb ass decided to wear shorts today, so I thought it was going to be warm like the weekend, but it's in the 30s instead, so instead of like the 50s. But either way, can't wait for spring and summer. Comment below, where are you guys from? Is it cold where you guys are at? If it is, how cold is it still, etc. But I can't wait personally in Chicago for the warmer weather, the racing, and everything that comes along with it, being able to wash my own cars, detail them, etc. I want to do off-roading in this truck and get the tires for it. So once again, just hope you guys are having an awesome day, and wanted to check in with you on this Monday. Got a little bit of time here at lunch, and still no baby for those that are keeping track. Sam didn't have any contractions overnight. That's probably too much information, but either way, she's nothing's moving or happening. So it looks like next Wednesday is still going to be the date that it goes down, and we have the baby pulled out. So that's what's going on there. But my idea for today's video is I thought I would update you guys. I know I own 3 vehicles on the channel currently, and I get a lot of questions, you know, via Instagram and YouTube, and just in general, you know, what's next for the certain cars. And, you know, for example, you know, Alan, when are you going to put the motor in the Toyota MR2, you know, the K series that I bought? If you guys haven't seen that, I'll link that video right here, and I might throw up some coverage while I'm talking here of the different vehicles that I'm speaking to. So as far as the MR2 goes, I guess we'll just start there since I started talking about it. But it's a 1991 Toyota MR2 Turbo. For those that are new to the channel, I've owned it for a few years now. I've owned 3 MR2s in my lifetime. I definitely would consider myself a fan of the vehicle. And for those that don't know what the car is, it's mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, turbocharged, weighs hardly anything. I think about 2,500 pounds is what mine weighs. So, and oh, by the way, guys, time out here. This is one of my super guilty pleasures. It's one of those things I know I shouldn't be eating, and I'm not proud of it by any means, but boy, do I love me some Taco Bell. So that's my guilty pleasure, one of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some stuff ordered up here, and we'll hop back into it in terms of the MR2, and then we'll talk about the Ram and the Evo as well, because with the summer coming, we got lots of time to race them, modify them, off-road them, get the MR2 on the road, etc. So I have big plans for the year, so stay tuned. We'll be back in a second. Taco Bell. Alright guys, mission accomplished, successful. I went with the, in case anybody out there likes Taco Bell like me, I decided to go with a double-decker Taco Supreme, a tostada, and a shredded chicken rice burrito. So I like to mix it up. I think that's one of my favorite things about Taco Bell, is how you can pretty much, you know, just get a whole bunch of different stuff and combinations. So it's not just a burger and fries. So yeah, but anyways, back to the MR2. So like I said, it's a 91, all that stuff. We purchased a Honda motor with a K-Series swap this thing. It's a K24A2 JDM model, so it's got no EGR ports or anything like that. And it's been sitting at Adam's shop, for those that are new, once again, for a couple months. And pretty much when the roll cage arrived for the Evo. So Adam's just so darn busy, and since he's pretty much only working part-time at this point, which is kind of frustrating, but he just had a baby and his wife's a nurse, and you know, so she works a bunch, and he just isn't working that much anymore. So the odds of him being able to handle the Evo and the MR2, unfortunately, are probably pretty slim. So I think at this point what we're going to do is once summer officially hits here in the next month or so, 6 weeks, is we're going to basically just take the truck up to Adam's and throw the motor in the bed of the truck back there. So, and I'm going to bring it back to the house, and since I have the whole garage open now that the Evo really isn't here, and when it is here it's going to be parked in the trailer, I think I'm just going to, you know, try to tackle it myself with help of friends and just in free time. So by no means will be a past project, like I said previously, but I just want to get started on it, and it's not getting done anytime soon with Adam. So that's an update on the MR2, and for a reminder, the plan is to, excuse me, I got the hiccups. The plan is to basically get the motor in it, throw a Link computer on it. We'll have Adam do that, wire it up, and get it running that way. And then after that, we'll have him fab up if he has time, or we'll look at just purchasing something off the shelf in terms of manifolds, you know, wastegate and turbo, etc., and just kind of put together our own turbo kit, which shouldn't be too hard. But I'd like to have him do it if he can. But we'll get the motor in it, and then we'll just throw it in the trailer and bring it up there to him. So that's the plan for the MR2. Next up is this bad boy right here, which is the 2018 Dodge Ram Cummins 2500 Laramie Crew Cab Sport. It is tuned by Calibrated Power Solutions, as most of you know at this point. You know, and it doesn't have many other mods, just more cosmetic stuff on it. But basically, what's next for this thing is I want to off-road this thing this summer. Obviously, we're going to use it as our daily vehicle still, and it's going to be my tow truck, or, you know, workhorse, I guess you would say, in terms of bringing the Evo to the track, and eventually the MR2, hopefully later in the year. So. But we have a lot of stuff planned with the Evo, and this thing will be towing quite a bit. So as far as plans with this, we're going to finish the headlights that we got from Headlight Revolution. They gave me a pretty thorough repair procedure, reset procedure. They said it's a polarity issue. And so basically, I'll throw a screenshot of that up on the screen in terms of what they told me. So we have to try that still, so I have to do that. And then I want to order a set of yellow LED fogs and throw those in as well. But that's going to be about it, other than tires, I think. I have decided that I do not want to lift the vehicle or do a leveling kit at this point. I don't think I want to do it, honestly. And the reason for that is my primary use for the vehicle is daily use and towing. So with the towing, I mean, I don't really mind the stiffness of the ride, and I think this thing's got the Bilsteins on it once again with the sport package. So I don't think that I just don't think that I need it to sit a little bit higher in the front to run a slightly bigger tire. So I'm just going to run a 295/65/20 or a 295/60/20 Nitto Ridge Grappler, and that's the plan there. So it'll be basically a 34 and change or a 35.1 inch diameter if I go with the 295/65/20. So that's the plan there. And I just don't want to deal with like stabilizers and affecting the towing capability of the vehicle. And I don't mind that it's a little stiff. I like the way it handles and turns, and then it doesn't feel like a big sloppy Cadillac or off-road truck. So I think other than doing tires and some more cosmetic stuff and the transmission stuff, I definitely want to do, because I'd like this thing to be a little bit quicker. And run the King tune so I can bump it up and max out the stock turbo and fuel system, and I need to do the transmission modifications in terms of the valve body, and I got, what else? I have to do something else to it, I can't remember, but there's a couple things I need to do to it basically. Oh, the torque converter. So we'll have to knock those things out, and then we can finish up the old Ram. It's about to hit 10,000 miles. And like I said, can't wait to start towing with it. So that's kind of an update on this thing. Oh, and then the last thing I would say is I am going to ceramic coat the outside and fully paint correct the truck. And I'll do that myself and definitely document that on the channel for you guys. So look forward to that. And I'll, you know, detail what products I'm using, what methods I'm using, what type of, you know, buffer, etc. So that'll be cool for sure. I practiced a bunch on the Evo, and that thing's looking amazing, and it's 8 years old at this point, and been on the track and daily used for 2 years through winter, and so I definitely think I've honed my skills, and I'm ready to tackle this beast of a truck in terms of how big it is. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and smash the old Taco Bell here, and then we'll finish up this video inside the house. Hey guys, lunch was good. I don't know if anybody's concerned, but I love it still, and yeah, like I said, that's one of my guilty pleasures. I probably do it about once a week, which is way more than I should, but hey, what are you gonna do? So washing it down with a good old small Mountain Dew. But let's wrap this video up. So the last car that we haven't discussed is my 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution GSR. Once again, if you're new to the channel, I bought the car new in 2011, so I had it about 8 years now, and it's gone through being a daily car for the first 2 years to the last 6 years of being a dedicated track car. So it was doing half-mile racing at one point, quarter-mile, things like that, mostly half-mile just because the gearing sucks in the Evo 10, but it did a best of 165 miles an hour a few years ago. In the half mile, and that was actually, believe it or not, I think it was, I can't remember where, but it was, I want to say it was almost 5,000 feet above sea level, so almost a mile. And anybody that lives in places like Colorado knows that makes a difference. So it now currently today is after catching on fire and being done with the big power stuff, I've decided to go back to road racing the last couple years, and now do grid life with it starting this year. So what's in the works right now is up at Adams getting a roll cage put in it, which is a pretty beefy, real deal. I don't know how many points it's going to end up being, but I would guess between 6 and 8, maybe 10 at the most. But it's set up to go through the firewall, but we can't do that for the class that I'm running, so that's the reason I don't know how many points it is. It can be a lot more than we're going to actually utilize in terms of the kit, but it's pretty beefy either way. We pretty much could roll it off the side of a mountain and walk out, so that's important for me. So that's what's happening with that thing, and the reason it's not here right now. Other than that, it's a completely built car. Long block. I mean, everything's pretty much done on it at this point. It's a full-on track car. It makes north of over 500 all-wheel horsepower on the current turbo, which is a GTX 3076R. It runs on E85, all that good stuff. So first race on that is going to be April 6th and the 7th. That's at Mid-Ohio. Then we have another one coming up. I think, let's see here, April, what is it? 27th and the 28th, and that is at Summit Point Motorsports Park in West Virginia. And so that's coming up as well in April. Then after that, we have a break in May until the end of May, beginning of June, and that's when the next event's going to be, and that's the actual, the Motorsports Festival that everybody knows about, where this all started in terms of grid life. So looking forward to that. Like I said, going to be telling with the Ram and putting that thing through the, putting it to work really and seeing what it's got. So I'm looking forward to that. But in terms of what's next on the Evo, I did get a new set of, I guess I'll just show you guys. I did get a set of the new RPF ones that came in the mail here. Let me try to move these things over here real quick, and we'll open it up so you guys can see too. But these came in the mail because my the two that I had in the rear were cracked. And the last race last year, I don't know what happened, but they're pretty old, 7 years old or so, and it's tough to say what happened, honestly, but let's take a look and see what we got here. Hugo's helping as usual. And for those that aren't familiar with what kind of wheel this is one of the lightest wheels out there, especially most affordable light wheel, but it weighs 18.6 pounds a piece. I mean, they're super light, so I don't know how good the light's gonna be, but yeah, they're gorgeous. So sweet, we got 2 of those, so we can go ahead and get those mounted up this week. I'm gonna try to head up on a lunch to have those done at my buddy's shop. We went with the Bridgestone RE71Rs again, and we'll get those mounted up and then grab 2 other wheels from Adam while we're up there. And yeah, we got those. I got a fresh set of brake pads, brake fluid. Okay, and then in terms of what else on the Evo, outside of that, I think we're just gonna run it with the current spring setting on the Öhlins coilovers that I have on there, which are the road and tracks, and we're gonna stiffen up the sway bar in the rear to the tightest setting and see how that goes. And then between the race at Mid-Ohio and the one in West Virginia, I think I'm gonna go ahead and swap them out for a different set of Swift springs and go with, I'm thinking a 12K front, 10K rear in terms of the spring rates. So I think that's what I'm gonna go with, something quite a bit stiffer than what I have now, but out of the gates with adding the roll cage and everything and the seat and everything else that we're doing and pulling the motor, I just kind of want to not change too much the first race. And then, you know, we can make adjustments as we go and add and tweak things as far as the suspension goes, corner balancing, all that good stuff. So that's what's going on with the Evo. I don't think that we'll do much else other than just keep it repaired in terms of modifications. I just think that the goal is to keep it running, and anybody that does this type of racing in terms of the time attack stuff would know that that's not as easy as it sounds. So with that being said, stay tuned for a lot of action this year in terms of racing. You know, like I said, off-roading with the truck, the MR2 project in the garage out here. So lots of stuff on the channel in general. I got a baby coming, so that will slow me down a little bit in the coming weeks here, but once we get settled in and get Sam all set up, she's off this summer from school, so she'll be home all day every day, which will really help me you know, create more content during the week. So that's cool. So outside of that, I'm gonna let you guys go because this video has gone way longer than I expected it to. Once again, appreciate the support, love you guys, and we'll check back in soon. Peace.